I urge you to consider the complexity of the investigations being carried out. And I pray that the court grants the time requested for the officers to conclude the investigations.
Thank you. Now we start from the basic argument of the foundation of this particular application. And this application is founded on Article 49, 1H of the Constitution of Kenya 2010. And Your Honor, what the prosecution needs to demonstrate is that there are compelling reasons for continued detention of the suspect. You know, my reading of this application will only point me out to paragraph 6 of the application, of the application, in particular paragraph 8 of the supporting affidavit. You know, that is what the prosecution has presented to you in their view as compelling reasons. But Your Honor, it's important that we understand that there is no definition of compelling reasons under the Constitution. But juridical law, Your Honor, the High Court and the Court of Appeal have defined what compelling reasons are. You know, we'll start with the first decision of the High Court, that is the Republic versus Ali and two others, criminal case number E002 of 2024. And I will supply a copy for the court record. And you would want us to look at paragraph 14 of that particular decision, where it indicates the definition of the word compelling. And Your Honor, you will realize that the word compelling, the Honorable Court took the dictionary meaning of the word compelling and says that compelling is defined in the Concise Oxford Dictionary as rousing, strong, interest, attention, conviction, or admiration. You know, the Court of Appeal has also defined that particular phraseology, and this would be the decision of Michael Juma Oyamo and one other person in the Republic. And on paragraph 23, I'll share a copy for the court. It again defined the phrase compelling reasons as put out in the Constitution. And it indicates that phrase compelling reasons would denote reasons that are forceful, convincing, as to make the court to feel very strongly that the accused should not be released on bond. Therefore, bail should not therefore be denied on flimsy grounds, but on real and cogent grounds that meet the high standard set by the Constitution. This Honorable Court then needs to do is to look at whether the reasons for the continued detention as espoused in the application are strong enough to deny bail. In any event, Your Honor, Article 49 presents bail and bond as a right. It's a fundamental right of the Constitution. You know, what is PC Cherio telling you, Your Honor? That we want to detain the suspect. Why? Because we have seized some electronic evidence. They have those documents, those electronic gadgets, computers, internet routers, phone motherboards, for forensic examination. You know, we have been asking myself, I've been asking counsel here to help me understand. Do you need the suspect in custody for examining forensic electronic evidence that is in the custody of the investigating officer? No, you don't. They already have them. They have them in their laboratories. You don't need him in custody at Capitol Hill for you to do that. Yona, 6-2 all the way to 5, these reasons, that is to obtain user information from Telegram and Starlink. All this information are being obtained from third parties who the suspect is not in control of at all, and they have not alleged that in their own supporting affidavit. Your Honor, there is no allegation in the application to the accused person. It's a flight risk. And to make matters worse, there is no paragraph in the submission, in the application, to suggest that the suspect would interfere with the investigation. There is no single paragraph in the supporting affidavit. All they need is time to do their internal work. You know, you do not need a suspect in custody for that purpose. Your Honor, the suspect, just like any other accused person in this country, enjoys a presumption of innocence. Your Honor, what the investigating officer is doing is that he's asking you to limit the liberties and rights of these accused persons on these flimsy grounds, Your Honor. Your Honor, we pray that you deny that invitation, Your Honor, because investigations can be commenced or concluded absent the accused person being in custody. You know, the accused person is very much willing at any point when called upon to assist with the investigation. If he is needed at the lab, they can summon him. And Your Honor, this honorable court can also give conditions for his assisting with investigations. If he is needed to go to wherever it is that they want to go, he will be there. Your Honor, the other issue is a very straightforward one. They need more time to do investigations. If you look at their supporting affidavit, you will realize that this particular complaint was made on 25th of July 2025. The information needed, other than the forensic examination, was within 25th of July 2024. That's when the complaint was made. This information that is needed from third parties, they could have obtained them without the accused person. In any event, Your Honor, they are not accounted for those days. 25th of July to date is almost more than 30, more than a month. They are not accounted for those days. Yet they are seeking that you curtail the liberty of my client for further investigation. Your Honor, would submit, Your Honor, that the prosecution, together with the investigating officer, have not met the threshold of ascertaining compelling reasons. And we pray that the suspect be admitted to bail or bond on reasonable terms. And I don't want to preempt your ruling. I don't want to make any arguments on the question of bail and bond until your ruling is out. With those, unless you have any questions from your own, I ask.
What does it do?
He is a cybersecurity expert. Well, I wouldn't say expert because he's a second year student who they call dropout. He doesn't, he's just in the business of consultancy. But I wouldn't call him an expert because he doesn't have those documentation for purposes of being called an expert.
Thank you for that brevity also.
Thank you very much.
None, we just reiterate our application based on the arguments and the affidavit of the IO.
So, Chief Inspector,
Is your Honor?
I think it's espoused, the grounds are espoused in paragraph 8 of the supporting affidavit.
Is your Honor?
Maybe just question, how does he have control to all those? Because as pointed out, you have the seized items here. Does he have control over Telegram? You say Telegram and Starlink?
Your Honor, during our seizure, one of the devices that was very crucial in our relation, the information was erased by the suspect, having failed to open his apartment. So he used that time to erase the evidence. And number two, Your Honor,
That would be, it should not go. It is nowhere in the affidavit.
We should deposit it.
Yes, if you had deponed it, we would have dealt with it, but that's ambush.
Your Honor, also this is a multi-agency investigation which comprises many players in the industry. And I agree that I wish that this around my orders so that the multi-agency can be able to join the investigation and be able to have time to interact with you, Your Honor.
Again, with tremendous respect, that aspect of the multi-agency investigation is not in the affidavit. So I don't know where, is he amending his affidavit on the stand? That would be my only concern.
Sorry, is there a ruling on Wednesday at 9 on the 3rd of September? So in the meanwhile, the respondent will be remanded at the capital police station. So on Wednesday at 9.
Wednesday at 9. We had